Hello everybody, it's June here. How are you all doing? I hope you're all well. It's a beautiful sunny day here today, and which is two in a row now, which is a bit odd. As I say, it is summer in Ireland, so I'm very surprised. Wondering where the rain is. I'm sure it's not far away. It never is. Today I just wanted to do a couple of reviews. The first one is a review on the Samantha Chapman Real Techniques brushes, and I own most of the brushes that she has come out with because I went on a bit of a bender and I did buy. I couldn't decide which I wanted, and they weren't expensive, so I just went for them all. I purchased them from lovemakeup.co.uk, which is a great UK website where you can buy all sorts of goodies. They stock these brushes, they stock Makeup Atelier, Ben Nye, you name it, OCC, they stock loads of brands. Anyway, yeah, so I just want to give you an idea of what brushes I particularly think are worth having and what ones I think are probably a waste of money, because some of them are possibly not going to suit everybody depending on what type of brushes you generally like to use. So for starters, I'd start with ones that I really think are expendable. And I think the brushes that I found were pretty much, I just didn't find them particularly useful. And I have been using them almost exclusively now for the last few weeks. And some of them are dirty as well because I used them this morning. So apologies for dirty brushes. But these are the ones that I have, I suppose, gotten least use out of. Let me see. There's one more here. I'm just looking for this one here. No. Where is it gone? Oh, this is really annoying. I can't find it. I'm sorry. I'll just have to go find it. Sorry about that, guys. Just had to go in search of the brush. So yeah, so here are the ones that I think, depending on your own preferences, I think you really could do without. The first one is this one here, which is the pointed foundation brush. It's pretty small. I mean, if you compare that to, I don't know, what would we compare it to? I don't know what to compare it to. It's about just over one, I suppose, about 1.5 centimeters in width. You can see it's pretty small. If you like compare that to the size of my face here, it's pretty small. I suppose the idea is it's for sort of detailing around your nose or whatever. I have really used this very little. I haven't actually found I'm reaching for it. I did a couple of times use it for blending corrector under my eyes, and I still kind of find that a fluffy brush is a better contender for that job. It just does a better job. So that one I would say you can probably not have. It comes with one of the sets, I think the core collection or something. So it does come with another set of brushes. Um, so you can't kind of choose not to have this. It comes in the set, but I would say you could live without it. Definitely. Um, the angled foundation brush, again, I haven't really used this very much because I'm not a fan of kind of flat foundation brushes. As you can see, there's the angled brush there. And it's nice, it's soft, it's reasonably dense. It's a reasonable size, I suppose, maybe a little on the small side. Um, I don't really use paddle brushes to apply foundation. I usually use a buffing brush or my fingers or the beauty blender. You know, I sort of graduated from these quite a while ago. But if you like that kind of brush, well, you're going to love this because it does have a nice soft tip, and it's easy to clean. But for me, it just wasn't something that I necessarily got a lot of use out of. Again, with the foundation brushes, the essential foundation brush is this one here. This is a round-topped paddle-shaped brush, more like your old-fashioned foundation brush. Again, very soft and dense, and it's got nice synthetic bristles and all the rest. But again, just a little bit small. I think it's just a bit small. It's not bad. I did try it a couple of times. I've used it a few times, and I found it applied foundation reasonably well. It just took me longer to do it. Just takes a little bit longer to work the foundation in with a brush like this. So for speed, it's probably not going to help you out. But if that's the kind of brush you like, then I suppose it's a good example of one. So this one here I just found didn't really do anything for me at all. This is the definer brush, and it's just a tiny little brush, like a little concealer brush. Again, for concealer, I really find that a soft blending brush is the best way to apply concealer. So I don't really use brushes like this anyway. The only other thing I could see this possibly being useful for would be, lining your eyes with, cream shadow or applying cream shadow. It's even a bit small for that, unless you've got really tiny, small eyes. So, again, not mad about this brush. I just think it's a bit pointless, really. But look, everybody's different. I just really don't see the point in it. So that's those. Now the other brushes, the rest of them are all pretty good, and I'm just going to go through them, and I'm going to leave a link to the website below where you can see what brushes come together in different sets, because I just can't remember off the top of my head, so I'm not going to be able to tell you exactly what sets they all belong to, but I will tell you which ones I think are excellent. The eye brushes, I think, are very good, and most of these are contained in the starter set or starter kit or something like that. These are the eye brushes. They've got really nice handles. I like this rubberized grip. It's very ergonomic. It's very easy to use. And these are the ones that I have. This is the domed shadow brush, which is kind of shaped a bit like a 217, I suppose, but it's much bigger. And it's a really nice, dense blending brush. Fantastic for blending eyeshadow. You can use it for all over application. You can use it for your crease. You can use it really for anything. But I mainly use it as a blender, an all over blender, and it really is lovely. It's very soft, and that is a good brush. This one is the Deluxe Crease Brush, and it's a nice rounded brush. It's kind of circular, round brush. Again, very dense, nice and firm. Very nice for the crease if you want soft definition. Lovely for blending. And yeah, it's a very nicely balanced brush, and I think it's very good. So I like that one too. This one is the base shadow brush, and again, like of all of them, this is the one that's most like the MAC 217. It's just a little bit pinched on one side. It's a smaller brush. It's slightly less dense, but dense enough. Nice bristles. The bristles are nice and firm, but very, very soft and not one bit scratchy. This is a good brush too. Very good. Whatever you'll do with your 217, you're going to be able to do with this brush. This is the shading brush, and I like this one because it's small. It's got a more kind of compact shape. It's good for laying down color on the lid. It's nice for cream products too. Yeah, so again, just a nice smaller sized for smaller application in smaller areas, and good for putting color on the lid. This is an excellent little brush. This is the accent brush, and I really like this. This is a tiny little smudging brush. I have other smudging brushes, but they're natural hair and they tend to be a little bit scratchier. This is very soft and excellent for applying, like for smudging eyeliner, smudging eyeshadow around the lash line, or putting tiny little amounts of color into outer V or inner corner, whatever you want to do. It works extremely well. It's a great little brush. Then this one here, Pixel Point eyeliner. This does not look like a Pixel Point to me. It looks pretty big as eyelining brushes go. But I have used it a few times just as an experiment. I used it with the gel liner. And it's actually pretty good. Now, it doesn't apply a tiny, tiny line. I don't think you're going to get extremely fine lining with this. I think for that, you probably need a felt tip liner or something like that. Or, a superhuman steady hand. But this is pretty good for eyelining, and it's better than it looks. Performs better than it looks. This is the brow brush. I like this because it's quite firm. Very good for the brows. Yeah, it's just a nice angled brush. You could use it for eyelining as well, I suppose. So yeah, so I like the eye brushes generally. I think they're very well designed. They do the job, and yeah, they would be worth having. If you were going to invest in any of them, I'd say the eye brushes would be a good place to start because they are all pretty good brushes. The next ones then I want to talk about are the face brushes, and the ones that I particularly like. First of all, this one here, which is dirty. This is the contour brush, and the contour brush is excellent. It's a really small, rounded brush, and just a really cool size for contouring. You know, you're not going to go overboard with it because it's going to keep that line nice and narrow. You could use it for highlighter, you can use it for blush if you want, depending on what you want to do. Could you buff your foundation in with it? You certainly could. I like this. I think this probably is the best of all the face brushes. Another one I really like is the buffing brush, which is a sort of flattish topped brush, quite dense. Again, it's used, so pardon the dirt, the makeup on it. Very dense and soft. And this really is excellent for buffing in liquid foundations and powder products. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. The stippling brush is very nice too. It's a shorter one. It's a bit like the MAC 1. Is it the MAC 130? I think it's kind of reminds me of that, but it's a bigger top on it. It's got a bigger head on the brush. It's quite dense and nice and soft. I find these, this is a very nice one for liquid foundations. So yeah, just generally like it. You can probably get brushes like this. Sigma make different brushes, quite kind of similar to it. It's not unique, but it's still pretty good. So yeah, I like that. The blush brush is excellent. This has been washed several times, and washes very easily, and it's very, very soft. It's a beautiful blusher brush. It's quite big, so you can see, it's quite a big brush. But it is tapered, so you can maybe just use the tip of it if you want. Very soft, very nice shape, and lovely soft bristles. So it performs very, very well. And then the last two then, this is the multi-purpose brush. So that can be used for everything and anything. You can use it for buffing, you can use it for blusher, contouring, whatever you want. And it's just like a sort of a smaller version of this guy here, maybe with shorter bristles, so it's got a little bit more body to it. Very dense, and it's, yeah, very nice. And they all have very good, balanced, nice handles. They all wash very well. They've got very soft bristles generally. So, and this is the powder brush here, which is great for powder, obviously. I've used it for bronzer a couple of times, and it's quite nice because it's a nice big brush, but it's not too dense. Very soft, and generally like this. So it's slightly pinched on one side, as you can see. And you can just, yeah, feel the bristles are very soft. So yeah, so I like that. So those are all the brushes. Some of them, as I say, I mean, there's only 3 or 4 that I kind of could take or leave. The rest I would definitely say are very good. They aren't too expensive. They were about £8.99 for the separate ones, and the sets were about £18.99. Then that's pound sterling, so in dollars that's going to be probably considerably more. And in euro it will be more as well. So I would say, are they worth having? I'd say, look, if you're a brush collector and you're interested in them and you like kind of cruelty-free vegan brushes, well, go for it. They're definitely very well designed. They all have a specific task in mind, and most of them are well designed for that task. They do clean very easily. I would definitely use a soapy cleaner like shampoo or something like that. I found that the brush cleaner that I use, the Cinema Secrets brush cleaner, clung to the bristles really badly, and I had to wash them in water. So I definitely say that a detergent-based kind of watery cleaner is best for these brushes. They dry very quickly too. Um, and yeah, so I mean, I can't really say anything bad about them. I think they're good. I'm glad I got them because I've got a lot of use out of them, most of them, and they perform well. Um, and yeah, I generally would say um, they are very good. So that's my review. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know. Um, I can't say any more about them really. It's a thumbs up, I think. And that's it. So yeah, thanks for watching. And let me know what you think of the brushes yourself if you've tried them. Um, so yeah, that's all. Running out of things to say. Take care, everyone, and thanks for watching. And I'll talk to you all again soon. Bye bye.